Good afternoon, dear students. Today we will talk about types of writing compositions and analyze why, in general, people start writing. So, why do I write and what do I write? People write for different reasons and purposes. These purposes can be grouped under types of writing. So, every single type of writing that can be identified depends on the purpose why you start writing this or that type of text. So generally, the academic type of writing divide these things into five categories. First type is narrative, second is descriptive essays, third is expository essays, fourth is persuasive essay, and fifth is creative essays. They can overlap, so sometimes it changes. There is no one universal classification of types of writing. However, these five are the main ones. Let's start with narrative writing, also known as narration. It recounts a personal experience in the form of a story and always includes characters, settings, and plots. So, narrative writing can be both fictional and real life. It may be created by you, or the story may be taken from your own experience. Some examples of narrative stories include short stories, novels, poems, and journals. So, mostly the things which you study in the literature course are narrative writings. So, any kind of piece of writing which tells a story, which has the beginning, the middle, and the end, can be referred to as narrative writing. So narration consists of following parts. First one is the beginning. In your beginning of the story, you should introduce your characters. So who are the main heroes of your story? Mention them in your introductory paragraph in your beginning. Then the reader should also know about the world your characters live in. It is also sometimes called settings. The setting includes the city, maybe, or you're describing a different world if you're writing about an imaginary one. Or if the situation is happening in one particular house, you describe that house. So, something about each characters of the story you have, and also the place where they live. The beginning of your story is also the place where your plot is first introduced. Plot is the problem. So, in the beginning of the story, you should reveal the type of problem which is gonna be discussed and solved during the whole narration. So, when after in the beginning you have answered the questions who, what, where, when, and why, you move to your middle. Your middle also consists of the following parts. Uh, it should go throughout several steps right to the climax. Climax is the most exciting part. Write about the simple conflict, a task that must be completed, a question that must be answered, or barriers that must be overcome. So, climate is the most important point. So, when you're writing narration, you start with the beginning, then you write your action by explaining it, then you reach the climax in which you present your most exciting part of the story, and finally come to the resolution, which is the end of your story. It is the big finish. In your end, you should reveal the overcoming process of the problem. You should describe the solution. Was the problem dealt with or not? Are all the characters satisfied or not? All conflicts are always resolved and everything goes back to normal. This is kind of a rule of a narrative of the narrative story. So always in your ending part, you need to include the revelation of the story. Next thing is a descriptive writing. Descriptive writing uses a vivid image to describe a person, a place, a thing, or event so that the topic can be clearly seen in the reader's mind. So, with the help of descriptive writing, you describe the objects. You draw the picture of a thing, of a person, or of a place, but not with the use of pictures. but with the use of words, you use your words as a tool of presentation. Some examples of descriptive writings are menus, travel brochures, or posters. Also, descriptive essays are examples. So, for example, in menus, people describe types of food. In travel brochures, places to travel. In posters, different kind of presentations, concerts, and so on. Descriptive writings also consist of several structure. We start with an introductory paragraph. Usually we need to include a hook there. Hook is something that gets the reader's attention. It may be a question, a statement, a description, a statistic, or a fact, maybe something else. All in all, it doesn't matter what you write in your hook. The main point here is to get your reader interested in what you're going to write about in your essay. Next thing, you need to connect the information from the hook to the main topic and background information. How we do this? We do this by giving a thesis statement with three clear points of development. So your thesis statement, if you don't know what it is the main idea. It is the sentence in which you include the main idea of your paragraph or of your essay, as in our case. So if you remember when in one of the previous lessons we studied paragraph writing, we discussed this thing. We discussed the thesis statement or the topic statement. This is the same here, just it will become a little bit, will be a little bit bigger, just because your essay is bigger than your paragraph. Next, we come to the body paragraph. It should have a clear topic sentence, great supporting details, and concluding sentence with transition words throughout the paragraph. Also, you must be sure that your paragraph connects clearly to your thesis statement. So no new things need to be given in the paragraphs. I mean, no new ideas need to be given in your body paragraphs. If you have mentioned this idea in your topic sentence, then you should go on speaking about it in your body paragraph, just developing it, supporting the details. You remember the structure of the paragraph. I don't have to stop on it a lot. I would like just to mention that here on the slide you can see the example of your body paragraph. In red, you have the topic sentence. The weather in Jamaica is perfect relaxation weather. So we give our main idea, and through this sentence, we understand that our whole paragraph will be about Jamaica and how amazing it is. Then in blue, we have some supporting details. We, again, as you see, give three sentences here. So you are not restricted to one and only sentence. Finally, in yellow, you have your concluding sentence. Don't forget to use the transition words. They are linkers, they are coherence and cohesive devices. They are given in green here. So we have first, we have also, and we have it is easy to see. Don't forget to use it in order to make your paragraphs connected to each other. Finally, when you have given our body paragraphs, there may be several of them, we move to our concluding paragraph, in which we restate our thesis and summarize the points of development. We also give a suggestion, opinion, or prediction in our concluding paragraph. Again, you can see the structure sample one here, where in blue you can see the restatement of the thesis statement, excuse me. So you can see the restate of the thesis statement in blue sentence. In violet one, you can see the summary of the main points. And finally, in green, the author gives the opinion, suggestion, and prediction about further actions. Next type of writing is an expository essay. Expository essays provide information that explains, clarifies, or describes something. The most common types of this writing are essays, research papers, reports, or manuals. We have the fourth type of essay. They are persuasive ones. Persuasive essays include opinions using facts that attempt to convince a reader to agree with writer's belief. So these are clearly opinion essays in which you need to make reader believe you, in which you need to convince the reader in your opinion. If necessary, you even need to change the opinion of the reader If he or she was thinking, like, for example, school uniform is a really necessary thing, but you in your essay are trying to make it the statement that the school uniform is not necessary, at the end of your writing, the reader should be convinced that school uniform is not such a good thing. So examples include movie reviews, restaurant critique, letters to a newspaper editors, and different types of essays. Let's look at the structure of a common persuasive or opinion essay. We have the following plan. We begin with first paragraph, which is the introduction. In it, we introduce the topic sentence and give our own opinion. We need to say whether we agree or disagree with the statement which was given to you as a task. In your second paragraph, you need to give reasons to support your opinion. Remember that you will only need to have one opinion, one idea in one paragraph. You may not have two main ideas in one paragraph. In your third paragraph, you give one more reason with any kind of support. It may be anything you want. It may be justification. It may be the answer to question why. It may be the development of your opinion. It may be an example. So do whatever you want to convince your reader that you are right. Finally, in your paragraph 4, you summarize your ideas and repeat your opinion using different words, all the same things. Finally, the last type is the creative writing. Creative writing explains the reader anything you want. Examples may include short stories, novels, poems, and plays. This is something similar to narrations and it has similar structure. It also needs to have the beginning, the climax, and the resolution. So finally, your homework will be to answer the following questions on the slide. You need to tell me, you need to explain which type of writing you enjoy, explain which of type of writing is the most difficult for you to write, as well as give some advantages and disadvantages of every single piece of writing we have studied today. There are 5 of them, as you remember. So narrative, descriptive, expository, persuasive, and creative. Do you have any questions? No? In this case, thank you for your attention. This lesson is over.